Yes, there is historical evidence and some accounts suggesting that ancient Egyptians may have used crocodiles as part of punishments or executions in certain cases, though these instances were likely rare and reserved for extreme crimes or religious offenses. The Nile crocodile, a powerful and feared animal in ancient Egypt, played a significant role in their culture, both religiously and symbolically. Religious symbolism. Crocodiles were associated with the god Sobek, the crocodile-headed deity who was linked to the Nile, fertility, military power, and protection. Sobek was both feared and revered, and his sacred crocodiles were often kept in temples and cared for by priests. In some regions, particularly in the Fayum area, crocodiles were seen as divine creatures, and temple crocodiles were fed and treated with respect. Punishment and execution. While there is no conclusive evidence that crocodiles were a common form of punishment, Herodotus, a Greek historian writing in the 5th century BCE, noted that criminals might be fed to crocodiles as a form of execution for severe offenses. However, his writings are not always entirely accurate and may include exaggerations. Some scholars believe that crocodiles might have been used to execute people convicted of crimes such as grave robbery, blasphemy, or serious violations against the state or religion. Such punishments would have likely been rare and sensational, used as a deterrent and a demonstration of power. Judicial role. Ancient Egyptians believed in the divine balance of maat, which is order and justice, and punishments often sought to restore this balance. The association of crocodiles with gods like Sobek could have made them an ideal choice for punishment or execution, especially for crimes perceived as violating divine order. In some cases, criminals may have been sent into the Nile, where crocodiles were known to reside, as a means of divine punishment or allowing the gods to decide their fate. This would have symbolically put the perpetrator at the mercy of the forces of nature and divine retribution. Symbolic drowning. Drowning as a form of punishment was also used in ancient Egypt. Given the frequent presence of crocodiles in the Nile, it is possible that some condemned individuals drowned in the river may have been consumed by crocodiles, either as a direct or indirect part of the punishment. Crocodiles as protectors. In some cases, crocodiles were also seen as protectors of sacred spaces, particularly temples. They could act as a deterrent to criminals or enemies. Stories exist of temple crocodiles being ritually fed and even allowed to roam in temple complexes, which may have created the perception that violating sacred space could lead to being punished by a crocodile. Conclusion. While there is no overwhelming evidence to suggest that the use of crocodiles for punishment was widespread or systematic, the symbolism of crocodiles in Egyptian religion and their presence in the Nile makes it plausible that they were occasionally used in extreme cases, particularly for crimes of religious or state importance. Their association with gods like Sobek and their role in the Nile's ecosystem added to their fearsome reputation.